there, guys. I'll be right here. Oh, there we go. What's up, everybody? It's Friday, June 30th in the year of our Lord 2017. It's your pal Malan with a big fat Jimi Hendrix coffee cheers. How the hell are you? Busted out one of the old school It Will Be Okay t-shirts from way back in the day. If you want one of these, you can get them on my website, malandarras.com/shirt. Feels good. Muggy day today in LA, man. I don't know what's up, but it's creepy outside. Looks like a ghost story is about to begin. There's a big haze on the city. And there's a big haze in my mind. So let's have some coffee and talk. I just a few minutes ago sat in bed, typed up an email to my email newsletter covering some of the stuff that I've been doing this week. If you're not on the email list, get on it. The link is in the description. It says something about newsletter. Click that into your email. It doesn't do anything other than you start getting an email from me every week just saying what I'm up to. Kind of like what we do here, but in your email box. It's fun. There's secret links to apps and things that I use. It's a good time. And this week, I do it every week on Friday, unless I don't do it. But almost always on Friday, and I don't miss. But it includes link to blog posts, apps, and stuff like that. And this week, the theme this week, for me anyway, and that can be seen in my blog post from the week and in the email, is that I'm sick of social media, and I also can't stay away from social media. It's one of those situations where I know I shouldn't go on Facebook. I know I shouldn't go on Twitter because it's nothing but political rants for Trump, against Trump, and then everyone arguing in the comments. People purposefully posting inflammatory articles that 90% of them aren't true or researched. But people purposefully post inflammatory arguments just to start inflammatory articles just to start an argument because they want to fight. They're addicted to the argument, and I could go there real fast. I keep myself out of them, but my monkey brain is like, get in there and fight, prove your point, scream at everyone, speak your opinion. And every day I have to fight. Just leave it alone because it doesn't help. I read an interesting article once that said, even if there's a situation you hate, like let's say just a situation you hate, if you continuously talk and share articles about, if you talk about and share articles about things that are against that thing, it still gives power to the thing you hate. So if you hate gorillas, but you're always talking about how much you hate gorillas and you're posting things about how bad gorillas are and how much you hate them, and the study that shows that they're killing people or something, you're actually giving energy to gorillas. You're just putting more gorilla energy into the world. The act of you just bringing it into the universe, even if you're against it, raises the energy level of that thing that you hate. And so I try to just stay out of it. I don't want to argue for or against anything because I don't want to add any energy to these terrible things that people fight about all the time. You know, religions, racial things, political things, all these things that just really shouldn't matter in the universe. You know, I was talking to someone, I'm ranting now, by the way, rant alert. I always think like in 1,000 years, when they look back at us, what will they think? And the only thing I can come up with is that they will laugh at us because we will appear to be cavemen and women, and we will be looked at the same way we look at the societies in the past that worshipped like weird Thor in the sky or something. You know, when the thunder rolls, that's because some dude's in his chariot. Like all this silly stuff, we think back, we go, wow, how could they believe that? They're going to think that about us. And the three things that run our society with the most energy will be laughed at the most: racial divisions, politics, and religion. All three of those things shouldn't even exist. Like they don't even matter really. In 1,000 years, maybe we will have blended into a single race. It's already happening. I mean, everyone's so caught up on colors, but slowly over time, everyone's kind of mating, for lack of a better word. We're mating with each other, all these different colors of skin, and it's starting to blend. So in 1,000 years, we might all be like a coffee color, you know, or a nice light shade of brown. And they'll laugh that we used to kill each other and fight each other because of the color of our bodies. It'll seem like a Dr. Seuss book, like the star-bellied Sneetches. It'll just seem silly. Religion the same way. You mean they really dropped bombs on each other because they disagreed which fake god they believed in? And they all believed in a god, but they all believed they had their own perfect god, and everyone else had to die. Like, they're going to laugh at that. And then politics they'll laugh at because it won't exist anymore. I don't think any of these things will exist anymore. Politics will be evaporated. It's already started. If it's not evaporated, it will change drastically. But the government it can't last the way that it's going. Religion will hopefully have blended into one thing, like the truth, if we find it, or if we can all just agree that it's one energy. We're all talking about the same thing pretty much, but we just have different little rules that we kill each other over. And then the racial thing, that shouldn't exist either. There's no reason on earth why anyone should be hated for or proud about the color of the melatonin level in their skin. Like, it's really strange. But in 1,000 years, I think they'll look back at us for this and a million other things. You mean they really used to pick up telephones? Like, that was a thing? They touched the internet with their fingers? Like, they didn't just use their eye sockets and minds, you know? But hopefully in the future, you know, all of these problems will be solved, and we'll be looked at like the Cro-Magnon cavemen people that we are, running around still being driven by our monkey minds, being manipulated by the media, being manipulated by the religious leaders, being manipulated by politicians, and just having our minds manipulated 24 hours a day online. So I'm sick of that. And one of the ways that I've gotten myself out of it is I thought about quitting Facebook and Twitter, just deleting all my accounts everywhere, Instagram, everything. And I don't want to do that because I do like some of the connections that I have, and I like using them as a way to share information with you guys. So I want to keep the sites, and I don't want to unfriend all of my friends because, like I said, I like hearing what's going on in people's lives. Like, I'm getting married. Today I went fishing. That's what used to be great about social media, but now, you know, it's like just reposts and Trump did this and I'm going to kill the police because they came to my house, and, you know, it's just all this craziness. So what I'm doing is I'm using an app called Self-Control. You can check it out at selfcontrolapp.com. It's free. What it does is it allows you to create a list of websites you no longer want to be bothered with, the amount of time that you want to eliminate them from your life, and then you press go, and then you cannot turn back. So if you block Facebook for 24 hours, there is no way to access Facebook on your computer until the 24-hour timer is up. You can't disable it, restarting your computer, nothing, which is good. But it can be dangerous if, let's say, you have a client messaging you on Facebook and you're going to make 10 grand, but you can't get on and answer. But other than that, it's wonderful. And it's funny how many times I go to Facebook or Twitter a day and it blocks me, and then I realize, like, oh my God, that I didn't even mean to go to Twitter. It's just like it just happens. It's like an auto reflex. I'm checking my email, nothing there. Twitter, nothing there. Facebook, and you just go, wait, and it's blocked. You go, oh wow. Also helps with productivity. If you work online, or if you're trying to write, or if you're just trying to do anything that requires your focus, you can turn this thing on and you can't lose focus for an hour to 60 hours. It's beautiful. I love it. I want to block every site on the internet with it. Some days I wish I could put an electric system in my seat here or on my keyboard and have it just shock me with 1,000 bolts of lightning every time I try to get online. Because, you know, I work online. I write music sitting in my computer. I read articles online. I watch Netflix, everything. I can sit on the computer for 24 hours, no problem. So I need that little extra added help. If I can't get an electrocution chair that shocks me every time I get online, I can use this plugin, and it really, really helps. So if you feel the same way and you want to try it out, check out Self-Control. I've been using it for years off and on, but I just brought it back this week hardcore. And what I've been doing is Twitter and Facebook get about 3 minutes combined in the mornings. While I'm in bed, I go ahead and check it, respond to the maybe one comment that I need to respond to. I check my business, my public profile page. I respond to anyone who's talking to me there. And then I blocked everything for 24 hours. I just did it. Also on my list, sites like TMZ, CNN, Breitbart, New York Times, any news site gets blocked in my world. I don't want to read the news. And what I've realized is, like yesterday, I didn't get on Twitter at all. My blog has a plugin that auto-posts blog posts, so that's the only thing that showed up on Twitter. I didn't get on Facebook or Twitter at all. And this morning, when I got up and looked at them, I started reading through both timelines, and I just felt the stress and anxiety starting to like suck my mind out, because everything you see is useless. You don't need to know any of it. Like people posting links to songs, people posting about WikiLeaks, people posting about Trump, people sharing tickets to their concerts. Like none of it was necessary information is what I realized. None of it is necessary information. And if you're like me, I have to see everything on my timeline. When I wake up in the morning, I have to scroll through. I want to read every new update. It's just the way my head works. But it's useless, and it makes my life worse. The social media makes my life worse. I think social media started off good in the beginning, had good intentions, but it has devolved into horribleness. And Twitter, to me, reminds me of they need to close Twitter. All they do is fight. That's where people go to anonymously argue and scream at each other. It reminds me, Twitter has devolved into like every article on Yahoo or any news website. If you read the comments, it turns into a race war. That was my joke. It could be an article about Volkswagen Beetles. And someone in the comments would say something about something. They'd start a race fight somehow. Well, if white people would drive the Volkswagen Beetles, there wouldn't be so many crashes. And someone would go, black people don't drive Volkswagen Beetles, so you can suck my this. And then Chinese people love Beetles, and then it turns into this weird race war. And then someone kicks in, well, if the people on the left would stop regulating how they make Volkswagen, well, Donald Trump's going to, and then it's gone. That's now Twitter. That's their whole business model, arguments. They need to shut them down. I don't see a big future for Twitter right now. But so I'm blocking them all. I invite you to do the same. Time for me to go. I got work to do, things to check on. But I just wanted to check in with you, let you know what I'm up to, show you how I'm improving my life a little bit better by blocking these sites. Give it a shot. If you've tried it, let me know what happened in the comments. Do you use it? Do you use another plugin? There's 1,000 of them that can help you. But Self-Control is the one that I've used the most. Check it out. And drop it in the comments. If you have any questions, let me know. If you just want to say, hey, check in for the week and say happy Friday, let me know that you're here. Love you guys. I hope everybody has a great week. And remember, where do I go? It will be okay, my brothers and sisters. I have T-shirt news coming up next week. I'll let you guys know. Anyway, have a great day. Coffee cheers on the way out. Play the music. Stay antisocial, people. And as always, 3, 2, 1. I will see you in the future.